Hello, in this tutorial we're going to be focusing on how to assign multiple surveys to individual devices. We'll also touch upon how you can also assign multiple locations to individual surveys. So here we are on the main console where you come to after logging into the Survey Manager, and there's several ways to access the Assign Survey to Device screen. You can either go to the shortcut list under Surveys here and click on Assign Surveys, or you can go above the yellow header bar here and click on the Surveys module, which I've just done. And now that we're here in the Survey module, you can go to the sidebar, and the third tab down is Assign Survey to Device, which I've just clicked on as well. So here we are in the Assign Survey to Device screen. And before we proceed, I should explain, why haven't we gone to the Create New Survey wizard, and why aren't we doing this within that module? Well, the reason being is when you're assigning multiple surveys to a device, it's assumed you've already created those surveys. So you would have gone in to Create New Survey wizard and create your various surveys, and when you get to that third of fourth step where you assign your survey to device, you would just click Finish Later and then come here to Assign Survey to Device to go ahead and assign the various surveys to your various devices. So here we are, and the first few drop-down fields are obvious. You can, if this was an enterprise account, you had multiple sub-accounts, you would select your account from the drop-down. This happens to be a standard account with only one account name. And you can select from multiple users. And the important step here is, of course, you need to tell the system what device type you want to assign your surveys to. I'm going to go ahead and select tablet. And we can always assign to an individual survey as well by selecting from the drop-down, but as we mentioned, we're focusing on assigning a survey to assigning multiple surveys to a device. So I'm going to go ahead and select the checkbox Adjacent Multiple Surveys, and you'll see the screen refreshed, and now I have two boxes here, Available Surveys and Selected Surveys. So here in the left box are all the available surveys I have to select from, and I'm going to go ahead and select Children's Hospital. I'll go ahead and select Doc Insight Demo by holding down my Control key and selecting, and let's select another third. And so I have three surveys selected, and I'm going to click the move right arrow to move them from the left box to the right box. And so now we have the three surveys I've selected in the Selected Surveys box. And some of these other links, View Survey Details, if I clicked this, I'd get a pop-up box telling me the history of where these surveys have been used. What other devices have they been assigned to in the past? Also, View Device Details. After I've selected my device, which is what we'll do next, I could also see the details relating to that particular device. And any details relating to other surveys that have been assigned to that device through this link. So these are interesting links you can explore as well. So now that we've selected our three surveys, what devices do we want to download those surveys to? And that's what we'll do now by clicking on the address book. And this pop-up shows us our address book for tablets because we selected tablets already. So we're only seeing what tablets are available to us. And in this demo account, I only have one tablet. So I'm going to go ahead and select that by selecting the checkbox. And before we leave this screen, let me emphasize a few things. Here, the waypoint will give me a pop-up showing me the current location of this particular device, which is interesting. And also, if I were to select the GPS history, this would give me the same pop-up, but it would give me multiple waypoints of what other surveys have been active on this particular device, and geographically, where has that device been active when taking surveys, which is quite interesting information. So I'm going to add selected contact, and so this device now has populated into this field indicating my three surveys I've selected will download to this particular device. Now I have a few other options. I can either push these surveys to this device by checking this box, as well as I can select my location. I can select an individual location from the drop-down, or I can select multiple locations, which gives me a box that allows me to select, for example, let's see, I'm going to select Berkeley, I'm going to select Campbell, and Calistoga. Now, why would I do that? Well, after downloading the 3 surveys to my device, maybe I know I'm going to be out in the field and I'm going to want to select from my device when I change locations without having to connect to the server and sync with the server and change by interacting with the server. I can just do it all from the device. And these 3 locations will be available to me on the device to select from when I go from location to location. You can also allow GPS to do this on the fly for you and filter your data later by GPS, or manually select a location when you're moving from one to another. So these are just various options available to you. And I can go ahead and click Save and assign another. And now if I do a Connect to Server on my device, these 3 surveys, Children's Hospital, DocInsight Demo, and ERIC Demo, will download to my device, and I'll also have the 3 locations that I had selected as well. So this concludes this particular tutorial focusing on how to download multiple surveys to an individual device, as well as how to manage multiple locations per survey. Thank you very much.